Today we're looking at the Privateers based on the 2002 Buccaneers, who won the Super Bowl with Brad Johnson at quarterback, Warren Sapp, Simeon Rice, and Rondé Barber on the defense. Tremendous defense. West Coast offense and an elite 4-3 defense. They've got 5 different things going on, so buckle up. Pound the rock, kill, clear sailing, throw the ball away, and slow start. The Privateers have 3 formations on offense. Strong is their run heavy, pro set is their balanced formation, and slot form is their pass heavy. The Privateers only have 2 defensive formations. 4-3 is their run heavy, and nickel is their balanced formation. While they do not have a pass heavy formation, they have very good pass numbers and pretty good defensive mechanisms. When you're setting up the Privateers, you want to make sure that you put these 3 red tokens on top of the spent areas here. These 3 are for your kill mechanism. Of course, you want to put your challenge flags here on the board, and you get 2 of those. And then lastly, these 4 cubes are going to go on pound the rock, but that will happen later. You actually earn that capability through play. The Privateers do feature a lot of defensive mechanisms because this was one of the best defenses in the history of the National Football League. Let's start with Pound the Rock, where the defense breakaways boost future defensive play values. So let's look at Pound the Rock. Each time you get a defensive breakaway, you're going to put 1 cube on the board, and that cube ends up adding 1 to a particular play value. Let's pick up the action now. 2nd down and 2 from the 40 for the Lightning. They've called a pro set versus the Privateers nickel. And let's see what those play calls are. That is a medium pass of 5 against a blitz of 4. This is a defensive breakaway. And so we're going to resolve this play and see that it is a timing pass. Of course, we won't let them use that. It'll be the upper corner of a -1. So this turns into a sack, and it's now 3rd down. And the act of getting the defensive breakaway allows us to now grab one of these cubes and place it on the board right here. We have now banked a +1 for a future defensive play. 3rd down now, and the Lightning have come out with a shotgun, this time versus nickel on 3rd and 3. This time they're coming out with a long pass, slot wheel, which is a value of 8. And the Privateers have put up a zone, a very stout 5 zone. 8 on 5 will be a gain of 3, which will be enough to get them the 1st down. And we see that the game day card is green text, so that will gain them 3. However, the Privateers are now going to use their Pound the Rock to increase the value of their defensive play right here. They are going to take that 5 plus 1 and make it a 6. 8 on 6 is only a gain of 2, and that will be short of the 1st down, forcing 4th down. Notice when the Privateers have all 4 of these, there is no maximum spend limit. If they've got 4 and they want to spend 4 all on the same down, they absolutely can do that. Let's pick up the action now in the 2nd quarter, and the Lightning are threatening. They have the ball 3rd down and 1 at the Privateers 25. And they've come out with an I-form halfback sweep, which is an outside run, versus a nickel goal line. So this 4 on 3 will be a gain of 1. That will be enough to get the 1st down. And we'll flip the game day card. Notice it's holding on the pass play. It has no impact. So it's going to be a gain of 1. But notice the Privateers have all 4, and they are going to spend all 4 at the exact same time. That makes this 3 now becomes a 7. And 7 minus 4 is going to be a loss of 3. That is a jailbreak, big loss, and it is now 4th down from the 40, making it a very difficult decision whether to kick a field goal from here, which is 20% to hit, or if they decide to punt. So that is the value of the Privateers hoarding those Pound the Rock tokens and spending them in big clusters. We'll pick up the action now in the 3rd quarter. The Lightning are down 13-3 to the Privateers, but they have the ball at their own 30, 1st down and 4 to go. They've come out in a shotgun, and the Privateers want to make sure that they are able to avoid any big-time breakaways here. So they are actually going to spend kill. Kill allows them to see the offensive play and get a free audible before the play is resolved. They get 3 of these per game, and unlike the old privateers where it had to be unlocked through gameplay, the new privateers simply get 3 activations. So they are going to spend one of these activations right now by placing this token here, which means that they have to flip over the offensive card, and it is locked. So the offense cannot audible at this point. Now it's up to the privateers to decide, do they want to use this side or this side of their play? They can actually audible. And here, goal line, it's only going to give up 3, but if they rotate the card to the press side, this creates a defensive breakaway. And so they're absolutely going to do that. The token allows them to go ahead and get the breakaway, which will create a sack of -1, and perhaps more importantly, allow them to add another pound the rock token to their board. So that was a very effective use of the kill. It allowed them to get out of a bad play, get into a breakaway, and actually earn more tokens. The other defensive mechanism is called clear sailing. The first time they create an interception in the fourth quarter, it's run back for an automatic touchdown. Let's pick up the action now. 16-6, the Lightning have the ball, threatening to score a touchdown from the Privateers' 10-yard line. It's second down, and they've come out with an I-form versus 4-3. This is a pitch pass, a special pass, where they toss it to the halfback, and he throws it to a receiver downfield. However, the zone play by the Privateers sniffs that out perfectly. It blows up special pass. This is a defensive breakaway. So we will flip the game day card here and see in the upper left corner, that is the football icon, which means it is a turnover. That is an interception because this is a pass. 5 on 4 would be a gain of 1. So that ball is picked off here at the 5. And because of clear sailing, because this happened in the fourth quarter, this is now an automatic touchdown. And so that ball is run all the way back, and pending the extra point, which is good, the Privateers now take a commanding 23-6 lead. The other 2 mechanisms for the Privateers are both on offense. Throw the ball away means the first time that the Privateers would throw an interception, they actually convert that into a play equals 0. We'll fast forward now later in the fourth quarter. We see that the Privateers have the ball, first down and 2 from their own 40, and they've come out with a slot form versus dime. They're going to throw here. This is a short pass, and the Lightning have predicted that. Well, the press defense will be a defensive breakaway. So we'll draw the game day card, and we see that it is in the upper left corner, that football icon, that is an interception. Pass play with a turnover is an interception. However, because throw the ball away, the Privateers offense ignores the first interception result. The pass is just incomplete. So even though this says that it is an interception, Brad Johnson sees that that's going to happen and just chucks it into the stands. This is not a turnover. That's because of their special ability. So even though this was a defensive breakaway with a turnover in the corner, the Privateers were able to avoid it, and it becomes second down. Notice that only happens once for the entire game. It is the first time that an interception would occur. It is simply a play equals 0. The final mechanism is slow start, and that is every pass in the first quarter is considered low accuracy. So even a pass play like this, which has no low accuracy marker on it, it would be considered low accuracy and would require green text to be complete in the first quarter. The Privateers have a legendary hard-hitting defense with a lot of really good play values, especially on the zone side. They do have a weak offense that struggles to create big plays. They can get a little vanilla, a little predictable, but the defense really does make up for it. So if you play good field position, stay ahead of the chains with good down and distance, you should be in really good position to play tough defense and win close, low-scoring shootouts.